Welcome back to Department of Collegiate Education. Dear student, previous session study the interpersonal communication. What is it means? What is the effect? Definition? What are the important points in the interpersonal communication and others? So in this session, you can learn the interpersonal communication with and relations. So interpersonal relationship. Close relationship are sometimes called interpersonal relationship. Close relations. In the class, there are so many friends for you, but you can close it only for 2 or 3 persons or friends because they are close to you. So many friends in the class, they can say, "Oh, what, hi, bye," that's all. But some person close for you, you can tell your feelings, your expression, your happy, whatever it may be, you can express their close friends. In this way, the interpersonal relationship means close relationship. The closest relationship are most often found with family and small circle of best friends. Interpersonal relationship require the most efforts to neuter and maintain. These are also relationships that give you the most joy and satisfaction. An interpersonal relationship is an association between two or more people, not only a single person. Two or more, several percent maybe sometimes, that may range from fleeting to endure. This association may be based on inference, love, solidarity, regular business interactions, or some of other type of social commitment. Interpersonal relationship are formed in the context of social, cultural, and other influence. The context can vary from family or kinship relationship, friendship, and marriage. Relations with associate work, clubs, neighborhoods, and place of workshop. They may be regulated by law, custom, or mutual agreement, and are the basis of social group and society as a whole. A relationship is normally viewed as a connection between individual and society as a whole. A relationship is normally parent a relationship normally viewed as connection between individual, such as a romantic or intimate relationship or a parent-child relationship. Individual can also have relationship with group people such as the relationship between a pastor and his congregations, an uncle and family, or a mayor and a town. Finally, groups or even nations may have relation with each other. When in a heartly relationship, happiness is shown and the relationship is no priority. Interpersonal relationship are dynamic system that change continuously during their existence. Like living organisms, relationship have a beginning, a lifespan, and an end. They grow and improve gradually as people get to know how each other and become closer emotionally, or they gradually deteriorate as people drift apart, move on with their lives, and form new relationship with others. A number of theories have been formed to understand the interpersonal relationship. There is a merit to looking at a relationship from the perspective of each of these theories. To believe exclusively in one theory and disregard the other theories would limit our understanding of the social relationship. Why do we establish relationship? This is a major question. Why establishment relationship with others? From the moment of birth, human beings depend on others to satisfy their basic needs. No, when you can birth, you can dependent from others, defend from others, for others, from birth onwards. So these children come to associate close personal contact with the satisfaction of the basic needs. Later in the life, we continue to seek personal contact for the same reason. Even though we know we are capable of filling our own needs without relying other for survival. Also being around other become a habit, and the basic physical needs of infancy expand to include emotional and social needs as well. These can include the needs for praise, respect, affections, love, achievement, and so on. It is these needs which are acquired through social learning that motivate us as humans to seek relationship with people who can satisfy our needs throughout our lives. Benefit benefits of the satisfying relationship. So what are the benefits after satisfying the relationship? Good relationship require management, efforts and attention, but the investment pay off in many ways. Especially bonds with other people are important for both mental and physical health. Research supports the idea that if we have strong, caring relationship with other, we are more likely to be healthy and live longer. Today lifespan is shorter, because no good habit. Some people's early morning, no walking, no exercise, only sleeping up to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sometime 11 o'clock. Some people say. Okay, so in this way, no, in chemical life, this is in chemical life, it can work out our body for healthy improvement our immunity body. So no, live longer. Satisfy the relationship with the family and the friends, promote career success, and we feel more protect as well as happy. Poor relationship on the other hand may promote depression, drug abuse, weight problem and other mental health problem. So qualities of good and bad relationship. So both are discussed here, but first we can take the good qualities. Some qualities of good relationship may be evident from the moments we meet a person. Other traits develop along with relationship, giving the relationship strength and stability. These are some of the common characteristics of good relationship. Study one by one. Rapid thought, rapport means where you feel comfortable or it helps with other person. This can be automatic or it could take time to develop. Rapport. Empathy refer to the ability to see the world through another person high understanding his or her feeling and actions. Trust. Trust means no faith. Means that you can depend on the other person. When you trust another person, we expect acceptance and support from him or her. Respect involves accepting and appreciating the other person for who she is. Mental expectations are seen as relationship grow. Parents should have the same mutual expectation for it. The relationship should be headed towards the same purpose or goal for both people. Next one, flexibility. The good relationship are flexible and can adapt to change. Circumstances change and you cannot always carry through on the plan you have made together. You sometimes have to make compromises and reassess your goal. Next, uniqueness. The relationship stand out or is in some way special or different. Different way, not same equal to other. Next, irreplaceability. Each interpersonal relationship is an unique as the people in them and can never be recreated. That's interdependence. The other person life concern affects you. Self-disclosure is an interpersonal relationship. People share and entrust, provide information about themselves. Honesty and accountability. This is more important. Good qualities. A communicating openly and truthfully, admitting mistake or being wrong, and accepting responsibility for one's self. These are the good quality interpersonal relationship. And same way, the bad qualities is also there. The qualities of bad relationship. Avoidance. People is unhealthy relationship simply avoid facing reality. They become distant and will miss several occasions because they do not feel the need to be there. You are also avoid some friends in the class because their qualities, bad qualities. You can avoid, necessarily avoid the friends. Burnout. A relationship is at a low point or burnout. It might make one of them feel trapped, tired, helpless, depressed, or let down. Compatibility issue. Incompatibility will make the relationship unhealthy because you are not a compatible. Constant negatively will hinder intimacy. This will lead to sad relationship in the constant conflict. Constant. Say husband and wife, they can conflict in the day and compromise at the night. This is a very you can work in Kannada. ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡಿದ್ರ ಜಗಳ ಉಂಡು ಮಲಗುವ ತನಕ. Understand? This is okay. Devotional avoid. A lack of commitment can make for unhealthy relationship. For example, When you treat your spouse as a roommate or a friend, this does not necessarily mean you have to be a love 24/7. Is it not? Enthusiasm dwindles. Those for if a relationship is not spontaneously and become a predictable, it itself will not be as existing as it used to be. Forgiveness avoid. Those unwilling or unable to forgive are expected to have unhealthy relationship in the future. Last point, just say yes. Those that feel that they cannot say no to drawing boundaries and sustain limit will make their spouse less of priority. Types of interpersonal relationship. We define types of interpersonal relationship in the terms of relational context of interaction and the types of expectation that communicators have of one another. Friendship. The theories of friendship emphasize the concept of friendship as a freely chosen association. Freely chosen. In already told in list, already told you can select the friends as a good and bad character qualities. You can avoid the bad quality students. Necessarily you avoid. This is a freely chosen association. Family. Family communication pattern establishment rules, identities and enable the growth of individual. Family dysfunction may also be exhibited by communication pattern. Next, romantic. Romantic relationship are defined in terms of the concept of passion, intimacy and commitment. Next, professional. Professional communication encompasses small group communication and interviewing. In attempted to understand why the people from relationship, number of theories have been found. These include attachment or affiliation theory, confirming and valuing relation theory, social exchange theory, equity theory, mind relation theory, system theory. Number of theories: attachment, confirming, social exchange theory, equity theory, mind relationship theory, system theory. Okay, you can learn one by one. System theory. The holistic behind the general system theory created a stir in the science because they challenged conventional linear cause and effect thinking and replaced it with a process thinking which acknowledged life's interconnection and cycle. Van Bartholdi idea had an immense impact on the natural science through the concept of the ecosystem, challenging scientists to look at the balance of interaction between all of the elements of the area: soil, water, air, plant, animals, and humans to see what work for optimum survival and healthy. Attachment or affiliation theory. People are generally social animals. They seek the company of others. People are meant to feel secure when a certain person is present and to feel anxious when that a person is absent. This desire for human contact can be thought of as a two pronged need. The need for attachment and the need for affiliations. These are two distinct yet interrelated needs. Attachment means the need to form special close relationship. Affiliation, the need to be with other people is generally a sense of belonging to larger group. One is the best example for your college affiliated which university. This is the good example of affiliation. Attachment of children to caregivers. Children develop different style of attachment based on their past experience and interaction with their caregivers. For different attachment style have been identified in children: secure, anxious, ambivalent, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. This theory has become the dominant theory today when studying infant and toddler behavior. Attachment with caregivers early in life are crucial for health development since they act as templates for later relationship. Attachment in adults romantic relationship, especially in adults, especially in college, especially in college life at the time of pure or degree or master degree. This theory was extended to adult romantic relationship in the late 1980s. Four attachment styles have been identified in adults: secure, anxious, preoccupied, dismissive avoidant, and fearful avoidant. Investigators have explored the organization and stability of mental working models that underline this attachment style. These are the attachment or affiliation theory. Next, confirming and valuing relationship theory. Researchers identify that human beings need company most when they are afraid, anxious, or insecure of themselves and want to compare their feelings with those of others. Relationship help people to confirm and validate their idea and feelings as well as to value themselves. Social science research identified that confirming and valuing happiness in three stages. The confirming and valuing theory happening in three stages, that is recognition means the physical presence of the other person is recognized, and second one, acknowledgement, interest is shown in the ideas and feelings of the other person. Endorsement, both people agree to the relationship and encourage ideas. Can you think of relationship with another person who constantly recognizing you, acknowledges you, and endorses you? Endorses your feelings and ideas. How important is in this relationship to you? Take one example. The brother of stepbrother realize that there will be a brother which is recognized. When they start talking about thinking, they both enjoy, that is acknowledgement. When they decide that they have just become best friend, that is the endorsement stage. Next, social exchange theory. The rewards of the relationship, it means outcomes a person derives, must be greater than or at least equal to the investment cost of the relationship. Rewards can be a love, status, information, money, goods and services, and so on. The following formula, the sense of the social exchange theory. Give the formula, I enter you. I will give the formula. What are the formula for the exchange? According to social exchange theory, the person seek to form and maintain those relationships that give the most reward at least less cost. Take one example. The pay of prostitute gets minus the emotion cost could equal a good outcome for him or her. If the pay is greater enough and the emotions are not there, but on the other hand, it could also equal a bad outcome if he or she does not get paid what was agreed upon, and there is a bunch of emotional baggage after the session is over. Next, equity theory. The equity theory is basically a more complex version of a social exchange theory. Some social science researchers believe that people are not slowly motivated by the need to achieve a positive balance sheet in the relationship. Equity theory explains that people are also concerned about equity in their relationship. In other words, they believe that the rewards and cost they experience in a relationship should be roughly equal to the reward and cost experienced by their relationship partners. While the rewards and cost may vary in kind, they are roughly equivalent in their value to the individual involved. The essence of the equity theory may be illustrated by the following example. When a relationship and all the work, time, money and feelings are equal to what your partner is putting into a relationship, that is the equity theory. I will give another example. If you are always the one buying everything and making sure everything is working and running smoothly in your relationship, when your partner does nothing for you ever, then you two are not equal, because on one side you add some much cost and get very little reward, and your parent get lots of reward and submits no cost. Minding relationship theory. The mindfulness theory of relationship show how closeness is relationship may be enhanced. Minding is the reciprocal knowing process involving the non-stop interrelated thoughts, feelings and behaviors of the persons in a relationship. 5 components of minding. What are those? First one, knowing and being known. Seeking to understand the partner and be understood. It is a knowing and being known. Next, second one, making relationship. Enhancing attribution for behaviors, giving the benefit of the doubt. Next, third one, accepting and respecting, empathy and social skill. It was. Fourth one, maintaining reciprocity, active participation in relationship enhanced. Lastly, continuity in minding, persisting in mindfulness. Take an example. You are out one night with your significant other, and just by the look on their face and their body language, you can tell that they want to go home, and so do you. Next, system theory. Already told you, once again I will told you system theory. The holistic behind the general system theory created stir in the science because they challenged convenience. The linear because affected thinking and replaced in the process thinking. This theory mainly concentration on challenging scientists to be look at the balance. What are the balance? What are the challenges? System theory. You are living in the system. What are the system? The elements of system means the elements of our area, soil, water, air, plants, animal and humans to see what work optimum survival and healthy. This is the system theory. Phases of interpersonal relationship. So there are okay. Okay, this is okay. Phases. Okay, first you can learn phases. There are 4 phases: orientation, identification, exploitation and resolution. These are 4 phases of interpersonal relationship. There are 4 phases. So you can discuss it next session. Okay, next, stage of relationship formation. Many psychologists believes that relationships are formed, maintained and end in a series of observable and defendable stages. The number of stages, the names given to various stages and the description of the stages vary from researcher to researcher. Martin example. As a 3 stages model, Lavender proposed a 5 stages model and can be break down the rise and fall of relationship into 10 stages, and different researchers give the different types of the stages. The currently most widely accepted the model was developed by Mark Knapp in 1998. The stage can be broadly applied to all relationships. They are especially descriptive of intimate romantic relationship and of close friendship. Knapp's model of relationship stages. You can study one by one. Initiating. Expressing the interest is making contact and showing that you are the kind of person worth getting into know. Second one is experimenting. The process of getting to know other and gaining more information about them. Intensifying. Intensifying, it means an interpersonal relationship is now beginning to emerge. feelings about the other person are no openly expressed. Forms of addresses become more familiar. Commitment is no openly expressed, and the parties began to see themselves as we instead of separate individuals. Fourth one, integrating identification as a social unit. Social circle merge, partners develop unique rit- ritualistic way of behaving, obligation to other person increase. Some personal characters are replaced and we become the different people. Bounding. The two people make symbolic public gesture to show society that their relationship exists, such as rings, friendship, bracelets, gift, commitment. For sixth one, differentiating differentiating the need to re-establishment separate identifies begins to emerge. The key to successful differentiation is maintaining a commitment to the relationship while creating the space for autonomy and individual. Next, seventh one, circumscribing. Communication between the partners decreases in quantity and quality. It involves certain amount of shrinking of interest and commitment. Eighth one, stagnating. No growth occurs. There's still no back, no front. Still there, stagnation. Partners behave towards each other in hold, familiar way without much feeling. Ninth one, avoiding. The creation of physical, mental, and emotional distance between the partners. Last one, termination. In the romantic relationship, the best predictor of whether the two people will now become friends is whether they were friends before their emotional involvement. The process model relationship development, I will told you in the stage. Process of model of relationship development. Psychologists who agree with the process model of relationship development point out that the people grapples with the same kind of challenges, whether a relationship is relatively new or already well established. Process models suggest that the key to successful relationship lies in finding a balance between opposing or incompatible force that functions simultaneously in our lives. Theorists call these conflicting force dialect, dialectical tensions. Three powerful dialect, dialectical tensions that are inherent in the majority relationship include, which are those? Me, connection versus autonomy. Connection versus autonomy. The conflict desire for connection with another person and independent. Next, second one, predictability versus novelty. Stability is an important need in relationship, but too much of it can lead to feeling of stillness. Last one, openness versus privacy. Along with the drives for intimacy, we have an equal important need to maintain some space for others. Rules help to establish a balance between the dialectical force. Rules here can be defined as shared opinion or beliefs about what should or should not be done in the relationship. Rules vary with the particular types of relationship. Because relationships are unique, they may have set of common rules and set of unique rules that guide behavior. Examples of common rules that apply in all or most relationships are respect for privacy, honesty, confidence, and emotional support. These rules can change in severity depending on the moral beliefs and view of the people in relationship. Respect for privacy, honesty, confidence, and emotional support. These rules can change in some. Okay, particularly in types of relationships such as a lawyer and client relationship required additional rules like making appointment for consultation, payment for service, and so on. Rules provide check and balance that help maintain satisfying relationship. Violating rules may put the relationship is jeopardy. Okay. Essential skill to build strong relationship. First, relax optimistically. If you are comfortable around others, they will feel comfortable around you. If you appear nervous, other will sense it and withdraw. If you are meeting someone for first time, bright up as if you have rediscovered a long lost friends. A smile will always be the most powerful builder of rapport. Communicating with the relaxed optimism, energy, and enthusiasm will provide a strong foundation for lasting relationship. Next, second one, listen deeply. Powerful listening goes behind here word and message. It connects us emotionally with other communication partner. Listen to what the person is not saying as well as to what he or she saying. Focus intently and listen to the message conveyed behind and between the word. Listen also with your eye and heart. Notice facial expression and body postures, but see bent or the surface of visible behaviors. Feel the range of emotions conveyed by tone of voice and rhythm of speech. Discern what the person want to you to hear and also what they want to you to feel. Third one, feel empathetically. Empathy is the foundation of good two-way communication. Being empathetic is seeing from another person perspective regardless of your opinion or beliefs. Treat their mistakes as you would want them to treat your mistakes. Let the individual know that you are concerned with the mistake and that you still respect them as person. Share their excitement in the time of victory and offer encouragement in the time of difficulty. Genuine feelings of empathy will strengthen the bond of trust. Fourth one, respond carefully. Choose emotionally and word wisely. Measure your emotions according to the person, modes, and needs. Words can build or destroy trust. They differ in the shade of meaning, intensity, and impact. What did you learn when listen deeply to the other individual? Reflect your interpretation of the person message back to them. Validate your understanding of their message. Compliment the person for the wisdom and insight they have shared with you. This show appreciation and encourages further dialogues with the individual. A response can be encouraging or discouraging. If you consider in advance the impact of your emotion and words, you will create a positive impact on your relationship. Synchronize cooperatively. When people synchronize their watches, they ensure that their individual action will occur on time to produce an intended outcome. Relationships require ongoing cooperative action to survive and thrive. As relationships mature, the need and value of the individual and relationship will change. Career relationship will require the flexibility to meet change schedules and new project goals. Cooperative action provide synchronize and build trusting alliance. They are part of the give and take that empowers strong, enduring relationship. Last one, sixth one, act authentically. Acting authentically means acting with integrity. It means living in harmony with your value. Be yourself when you are with someone else. Drop act that create false appearance and false security. When you act automatically, you are honest with yourself and others. You say what you will do and do what you say. Ask for what you want in all area of your relationship. Be clear about what you will to tolerate. Find out what your relationship partners want to also. Being authentic creates mutual trust and respect. Last, acknowledgement generously. Look for and accentuate the positive qualities in other. Humbly acknowledge the different and the people make to your life. Validate them by expressing your appreciation for their life and their contribution. If you left someone know that they are valuable and special, they will not forget you. Showing gratitude and encouragement by words and action will strengthen the bond of any relationship. Do not forget to acknowledge your most important relationship. The relationship with yourself. Acknowledge your own qualities and put those qualities into action. You cannot form a stronger relationship with others than you have with yourself. You will attract the qualities in others that are already within you. Ask yourself, what thought and behavior will attract the kind of relationship I desire? What is one action I could take today that would empower my current relationship? Write down all the qualities or behavior that you desire for your relationship. Select the power, skill that will be attract those qualities. Keep a journal of the action you take and the progresses you make. By turning this skill into lifelong habit, you will build relationships that are healthy, strongly, mutual, rewarding. Interpersonal communication is the workplace plays an important role in employee satisfaction, motivation, collaboration and business success. Interpersonal communication is the workplace play an important role in empathy, relationship and others. Okay. Thank you students.